Hello, everybody, and welcome to yet another episode of Alex Connects with your host here. As usual, Alex. I want to say thank you to all the persons who have already subscribed to the channel and who are lending their support to our brother by watching the videos, liking the videos, sharing the videos, as also to be commenting on the videos as well. We appreciate the response and we urge that you continue to support the channel and to ensure that you are sharing the videos, right? And for those who have not yet subscribed to the channel, please head over by YouTube, Alex Connects. That's AlexKonnects Connects, and you can subscribe from there. You ensure that you click the notification bell, right? And you can like the videos that you like and be sure to leave a opinion, a suggestion, or kind words preferably in the comment section of the video. Now we are going to have a small discussion, try to keep it as brief as possible, but we're trying to get the point across as vivid as possible as well. Uh, right now, I have observed that there is some issues, right? Finding their way across social media as it relates to certain media, social media personalities, and you know, various people would comment on the behaviors of particular social media influencers. And you know, I believe that I should say something as it relates to the whole social media aspect and social media influencers, right? Because I believe that there's a misconception as to what is required of these influencers, especially for those who are highly influential, meaning that they have a very huge following, huge list of followers, right? So when I say social media, I mean across all the platforms where people can use the medium to express themselves, express their opinions, and as a result, they garner support. Persons believe in them, and persons grow to like these persons for whatever reasons, be it entertainment values or for intellectual values, right? I would not want to speak too much about those persons who are entertainers on social media, because one would understand that those persons would have um, to go to various lengths, right, to ensure that they remain current and to ensure that they are entertaining their audience. And sometimes these extreme lengths can become very extreme to the point where others may look on and consider it to be disgusting or grossly disgusting, the methods by which they use to entertain. Let us just say entertain, right? So I leave them out of this. I'm talking about the social media influencers that are intelligent, you know, to say the least, and they are known, they are admired, and to some extent, they are role models for other persons. Now, I want to ensure that persons understand that whilst a lot of persons would not have made any serious thoughts as it relates to becoming social media influencers, there are a few things that I believe that a lot of these persons should have understood before they decided to embark on the social media experience, right? We have to remember, especially when you have gained a certain level of notoriety or infamy or whatever word you want to use to describe the what you call it, the 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 fame, the fame, right? People are not cognizant of the fact that there are onlookers, right? And when you get to a particular stage in social media and social media influencing whatever your content is, you have to understand that there now becomes a line, right? And this line is not so much of a restrictive line per se. However, it is a line to guide the behavior, to guide the content, to guide what you put out there, to guide how you sell yourself, right? I don't think a lot of people understand the importance and the power that they have being social media influencers. And I'll just give a few examples. Being social media influencers means that to some extent you are exposed. Your message is out there, you are out there, and whatever it is that you're positing is out there, right? We need to remember, especially if we want to have the audience understand an idea, whereas we want to share the growth. You want to share your growth, you want to share where it is that you're coming from, where it is that you want to go, you want to be that positive role model to persons, you want to encourage persons that, hey, guess what, if you're at a particular stage in life, or if you were at a particular stage in life, then whatever you're experiencing is not the end of the world, and you can get from point A to point B with perseverance. You can get there with a little attitude in your movement. You can get there with all these things that you would have employed yourself to get where you are. Now, let us be very keen on the fact that, especially when you're adults, right? And you have elevated yourself in such a way where intellectually you are, on paper, you are there. Intellectually you possess that that credential. When you put yourself out there as an intellectual person who has a social media platform, you have to ensure that at the basis of your presentation is intellect, intelligence, humbleness, truthfulness, being respectful, being transparent. Because let me tell you something, a lot of persons will argue that they did not sign up for that. They did not sign up to be anybody's role model. They did not sign up to be anybody's influence in life. They did not sign up to do various things because they want to detach themselves from any responsibility, right? For anybody who decides that they want to act or behave like these persons. So they want to divorce themselves from all responsibilities. And that is not so. These persons need to understand that you have young people. I'm speaking to the adults because I believe that the younger persons who are social media influencers, they are there for the fun of it, right? They are there for the instant gratification, possibly as a means to separate themselves from them friends. And whatever the case may be, I'm speaking about the adults who I expect would have a different approach and a different level of cognitive reasoning. These adults are not able to fathom or understand the high level of influence that they have on people outside. And when I say influence on people outside, I am also making reference to our young people. Now, everybody can agree that our young people are treading down a path where it does not look like the path to righteousness. It appears to be the path to sudden destruction, turmoil, chaos, pandemonium, all of those lovely words. Our influencers are not doing a good job. I must say so. You understand? Having seen and heard a lot of them. And I'm talking about a lot of our Jamaican influencers. Right? I have noted in previous videos about the garbage that I see happening. Right? And how persons take to these to this garbage content. I mean some prime garbage. Right? And people they somehow I don't understand how or why people gravitate towards this nonsensical, non-progressive, and basically irrelevant. And then they call it entertainment. I don't know, but everybody has a different view of what entertainment is. But I have also seen that our adult influencers are running behind the children closely because they have forgotten that the platform that they have under their control, the amount of reach in terms of people that they have. I don't know if they don't want to do something positive or it is that they can't do something positive to ensure that persons at the end of the day learn something from them. Now, being disingenuous is basically that's a requirement, I believe, for some persons who are on the social media platform. They tell you they tell you that they did something, or they tell you that this is right, this is good, this is trending, they give you all the things about it, Being fat is good, or they take away the word fat because it may seem offensive to some people, and they say, fluffy. When at the end of the day, fluffy is just still fat. However, people try to soften the blow by incorporating new words that they believe would take away from the harshness of the word, if you were to call it as it is. And fine, okay, if you want to take yourself away from reality and do whatever you want, that's fine, because at the end of the day, reality will be reality. And even if you hide behind a rock, it doesn't change anything at all. If you hide behind the rock and you're fat, you're hiding behind the rock and fat. Whatever day, time, month, or year it is, that's just gonna be the fact. And when these persons express these ideas and they express these things and they stand behind it firmly, and you believe to yourself when you're looking on, you say, yes, this is a person that is resolute, firm, and they know what it is that they want, and they're out there and they're advocating for this and advocating for that. And when you look, these very same persons go against the very same things that they're advocating for and do something totally opposite. In my opinion, I believe that these persons understand the importance, right, of doing the thing that is right, because they know what is right, But for some reason, they sell what is wrong, right? For some reason, they sell what is wrong. And this is in part because they want to be famous. They want to be loved by everybody, liked by everybody, supported by everybody. But I told myself before I started this channel in particular that I'll never get the support that I'd want based on the type of topical discussions that I'd have, right? Because people are not so much in tune to positivity anymore. It's all about nonsense. right? It's all about non-progression. So you find that very few people would still gravitate towards it because, believe it or not, a lot of people are still interested in seeing this nation that we love so much growing in a positive way. A lot of people are still interested in seeing our children growing up to be productive members of society, right? And not persons whom we have to bury every week. Every weekend, you have somebody under the age of 20 going to the funeral parlor or going to the burial ground, right? Because of some lessons that were not taught by their parents, and they were equally failed by the persons in society. Back to our social media experts. These persons need to understand that a lot of persons rely on them, right? Whether they like it or not, the message that they come out with, especially if it is something that persons can use to groom themselves into better persons, or persons who might not have been exposed to any serious degree of guidance and protection and all those things. These people look to these people who they consider to have left a particular type of lifestyle and entered into another lifestyle. You understand? Especially if it resembles one in which a viewer might, can associate themselves to. Now, these influencers need to understand that they owe these viewers a responsibility, right? If it is that you're going to embark on something and you don't want to do it 100%, then go ahead and say it. Say it to the persons who are listening and looking that, hey, guess what? This is just me giving my opinion, right? Tomorrow it may change because I am not a stable person. My brain is not functioning the way it ought to right now. I am just living in the moment. People would understand. But when you put yourself out there as this person who is collected, and you are educated, and you are understanding exactly what is happening out there, and you're trying to put a damper in all the bad things, in all the negativity, then you owe these people a responsibility to be transparent. You owe these people a responsibility to be genuine. You understand? I know a lot of persons won't like that because all of these things that I just described about influencers and their responsibilities are not the things that would get them trending, especially if you are concerned or considering being a positive person, somebody who is exerting a positive energy or seeking to have a positive influence on the lives and attitudes of people, right? A lot of social media influencers, and I even call them experts because of the support they have amassed, right? Experts, no problem. But I would urge these persons that, if you are so qualified and so elevated, act, act as such, right? You cannot be the person who is the holder of a degree in any particular discipline, and at the same time you come and you expose yourself to be the very same person that you started out being, the very same person that you told your viewers that you would not want them to be. That is the person that you're elevating yourself from, and yet you're still there. Makes no sense, can't understand it. Somebody explain it to me. We have to definitely draw a line when we are at a certain stage in life as to how we are going to behave, how we are going to react to certain things, and as such, we have to also not only think about it, but employ the necessary measures that are required in order for us to achieve these things. The social media space has gotten so saturated, and it isn't even saturated in the best of ways, because persons are on social media now for various reasons, and 90% of the times, if you check, they're not doing anything that is of any real social concern or economical concern. Everybody now is doing something, and they're calling it entertainment. Now, of course, we need entertainment, no doubt about it, because who can get up every day and have this serious demeanor? No. But let us leave entertainment where entertainment is. You understand? You can't take serious issues and then you use it to entertain. Because if you take something serious, right, and you water it down to the point where it becomes entertainment, then it won't be serious anymore. Nobody would really want to investigate the situation for its seriousness. You understand? So all I'm saying is that persons who to whom great power is given, much is expected of you guys. You understand? So I don't want to tell anybody what to do, because being adults and having mastered a space and amassed some level of following, I believe that certain things should be understood, right? Whilst you have to explain things to children, I don't think that you need to go about explaining these very same things to adults. You understand? The platform, the social media platform, is a very powerful instrument, and because of its far reach, I believe that the persons who are genuinely out there trying to change certain narrative that we have to be living against, right, or living with, those persons, they don't get the recognition that they deserve, right? The message is not being spread far and wide. But these type of things, these type of podcasts, these type of messages, these types of um, videos will always have the persons that they have. You understand? You have persons that will blindly support rubbish. You have persons that will blindly support negativity. And then you have people that will definitely support positive and prosperous things. You understand? And so we are grateful for those persons, because those are the very same persons who would lift a hand or lift a leg or lift something in order to make the society a place in which everybody can cohabitate and be there in peace, right? Where persons can grow old and not wonder what is going to happen as it relates to certain things, right? And that is quite fine. But what I want persons to know is that if you started out and you started out in a particular manner, that's how you sold yourself, then continue down that path. Show growth, show experience, show that show maturity. You have to show these things to your viewers, because persons at the end of the day will become confused as to what is it that happened between stages A and stages B, if there's nothing that the person can say definitively that changed. Because if you're educated, or if you weren't educated at this point, right, and you become educated at this point, and then you still act as though you're uneducated, then what is the purpose of education? It defeats the whole purpose, because educated means that you have attained a new level. You have gone another step up the ladder. And so therefore, certain things must change. Your approach must change. Your level of reasoning must change. your demeanor, it must change. Listen, something must change. And oftentimes, depending on what it is that you're so qualified or what it is that you accrued, a lot of things will change. You understand? But it is quite a sensitive area and a sensitive topic. But I believe that a lot of people would have something to say, because my observations aren't only my observations. There are a lot of persons who would have observed the same thing. A lot of persons who wanted to say something about it, but perhaps they may be shy, or they may not have any medium through which to do it. But, I am here and I am going to say it, come what may, but it's there to say, and I'm gonna say it. You understand? We need to do better. We definitely need to do better. And you have some social media influencers here in Jamaica who are guilty of not doing better. As a matter of fact, they're actually doing worse. And then they're selling this false news to people, this false idea, right? Very disingenuous, in my opinion. And so they don't even care as much to understand the backward effect that will have on their listeners and viewers. You understand? Because if some of these persons are elevated to the point where they're viewed as role models, and there's nothing about them to model, then we have an issue, because the persons who view them as role models would or will model whatever it is that they see them doing. And for most of the times, and something good. Not saying that 100% of the content is foolishness or anything like that. I'm not saying that. Right? And I'm not saying that a lot of times truthful things aren't being said. I'm not saying that either. But at the same time, we have to ensure that you maintain a particular persona, so that the audience is not confused as to the character that you are. Right? The audience needs to understand that with positive changes, right, in self, there's positive changes in how you express yourself as well. Right? It's as simple as that. Very, very simple. So that is my two piece for now, at least. So again, I want to thank all the persons who have already subscribed. And just a reminder to those who haven't done so as yet, please go subscribe, click the notification bell, and leave a comment when necessary. As well as, if you like the video, you can share it with friends and family. I am Alex, and this is Alex Connects. So until next time, take care of yourselves, be productive.